always wanted to stand up in a sunroof, like out in the car, like wait. So
Not
you
today,
want to take? No, I was gonna say you take the wheel, and I'll stand up. It looks like all the clouds have disappeared. Sunshine is shining.
Holy straw. I hate it when that happens. Does Camp Canada still exist? Wow. That's where we went.
You went to Camp Canada?
Yeah. It's a YMCA branch located on 150 acres of woods in North Carolina, just north of Wake Forest. 15-acre lake. Camp Canada homepage. I gotta check it out, man. I have the best memories of camp. Got in a fight with another little redhead.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I didn't like her. She pissed me off.
Subaru. That doesn't even count as a station wagon. It's more of an SUV.
That's where I learned how to canoe.
You know how to canoe?
Yeah. I've been canoeing a lot. Slides now, and I learned what to do if you capsize. I know how to flip a canoe if you capsize. Wow, they have a lot more. Swam in the lake. You know, no air conditioning. You know, like a big shower hall for, you know, like all the girls had to go in there and shower together. And I remember being so self-conscious that I washed in my bathing suit.
I'm sure there were other girls that did the same.
Yep. I was younger, 12, 13. Oh gosh, how easy.
They came on me quick.
And we had dances, or like at the end of the week or something, we had a big social dance or whatever. And I remember one of the camp counselors' name was Dooley. And gosh, thinking about it now, I don't have any idea how old he was. He had to be in his 20s, 30s, I don't know. But you know, I had that little schoolgirl crush or whatever. And I remember being a wallflower at the dance, just sitting there feeling all ugly and, you know, unwanted and all that kind of stuff. And he came up and asked me to dance. And I don't know if you remember like how they used to do in the 70s with disco, and you hold hands and you pull together and then you pull apart. Mm-hmm. And then you go to the side and kind of do your arms to the side. Well, I remember we were doing that, and I don't know, when it turned or something like that, I slammed right into his body. Oh, and here's another fun camp memory. You got to pick, I think, like one special extracurricular activity a week, or you paid ahead for it. I don't know, but we got to go sailing one day. Yeah, we took a bus, and the dude that was like the lead counselor or whatever,
back into Wilkes County,
he made a facial expression where he made his mouth like a big O.
right?
And he said, "Do you know what this is?" And I was like, "No." And he said, "Sucker's cramp." He told that to a little 12, 13-year-old girl. And it took me a minute, and I think I finally got it. And he's like, do you get it? Do you get it? And I was like, yeah. And he said, how often?
So at 12 or 13 years old?
Yes, I remember that.
What a pervert.
Yep. And then another memory I have is one of the counselors who was out on the canoe with us, and I think it was the day we capsized and we had to...
Right.
Or we learned how to, do it or whatever. But in some point during the whole adventure, she had a big school ring on, and I guess it was tight on her finger, and it got pulled, and it ripped up her finger flesh.
Ow.
Yeah, like it was nasty.
Ow.
Yeah, like it cut into her finger and dug it up where the ring dug in it. Yeah. Camp memories.
Memories.
Yep. But I remember, I think I only went twice. See, I remember back then it was really expensive. It was like $100 a week. And my parents had 3 kids, and Dana's parents and all my girlfriends in the neighborhood, they all went too, all my friends and everything, and we all bunked together and all that jazz. But they all had either less kids or more money, so they could stay for more than 1 week. And I remember that first time I could only stay for a week, and then everybody was getting to stay for another week, and I was just in tears.
Oh.
I wanted to stay so bad. So the next summer, I got to stay for 2 weeks. I was very, very happy about that. And I remember I enjoyed archery. That was like a special thing. Like you didn't get to do that every day. Gosh, I can't even remember what other kind of activities they had.
Archery sounds fun.
Yeah. They didn't have no swimming pool. And when I just looked at the website, they got a lot more stuff than they did when I was there. But I remember the huge mess hall, where we all met to eat, all long wooden tables, and we'd have like movie nights with popcorn and have the movie outside, and
Did they sing that song?
Hello, Fada, hello, Fada, here I am at Camp Canada.
No, I was gonna say, are you ready for the summer?
Oh no, they didn't sing the meatball song. That sucker's cramp joke is gonna be on the video. You might have to delete that one too.
No, because he didn't say anything. Well, they called out Counselor Dooley.
Oh, it wasn't Dooley. Dooley was the good-looking guy. He was the one I had the little crush on.
Okay.
For all I know, we weren't aware of things back in that day. He could have been a predator.
Could have been.
It wasn't until 6th grade when my mind started getting polluted with stuff, being exposed to stuff. Oh, that's so much better. I just blew my ears, on my nose and blew my ears.
Oh, yeah?
It's like opened everything up.
Yeah, well, we just came down the big mountain.
Going down the mountain. That's all I can remember. That's an old James Addiction song. I know my mother has Camp Canada pictures of my brothers, because like at the end of the week they took a picture of you and all your cabin mates and your counselor together, and you all had on your Camp Canada t-shirt. And it was like my first kind of real going away for a while, and like Dana and all my little friends, they had their big trunks. And so I got to go out and buy a big trunk. And I guess it was kind of like, say, getting ready for college or something. stuff down into their basement. And we didn't have a room for a lot of our stuff. So it was set on, what are those crates, like wooden crates, you know, or
Right.
things with tarps over it. And so much stuff got ruined, and everything in my trunk got ruined. It was all full of memorabilia, my old yearbooks, pictures,
Aw.
notebooks from middle school and high school where I'd written poems and did pictures and all kinds of stuff. I think I tried to salvage as much of it as I could, but I had to throw the trunk away. Janice is living in that house now, Chuck's mom, and I imagine she's already mortgaged it to the hill that by the time she passes, the bank's going to own it.
Probably.
Yep.
That's what banks want to do.
Well, she was just... I think she was mentally ill, too. I mean, she could still work and function, but she just... I think it was called... histrionics or something. Like, she used to say that she was good friends with famous people and had relationships with one famous race car driver, and another one was a famous baseball player. She could be making up all kinds of stories. But she was never good at keeping a job for a long period, and she'd had so many different little careers, and got in trouble with the law for writing bad checks, and was just not good with money. And her parents basically took care of her until they passed. And Chuck was supposed to get the house, but in the last at least year that his grandma was alive, Janice's mom, she lived with Janice. That's how we were able to live in the other house, because they were right next door to each other. And but she manipulated the will. Grandma was not in her right mind 99% of the time, and she worked it out to where she finagled the will. I don't know what she did, but she got the house left to her. And because of that, and we kept telling. Everybody kept telling Chuck, you're gonna have to probably get a lawyer, you're gonna have to get this set straight, or you're gonna lose the house. Well, he just wouldn't do nothing about it. He lost the house. He hasn't spoken to his mama since. As a matter of fact, he cut out a lot of the family because they had something to do with his mom. She's just sleepy. Tell you what, that 3 years I lived there in that house before I left Chuck were some miserable years.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave so bad. I was so depressed. And if it wouldn't have been for Deborah saying, go to the doctor, you need some medicine, and getting on medicine, I wouldn't have made it as long as I did. Because you know how I'm kind of a neat person. I want everything in its spot. I like to decorate and have a nice looking home. Well, that house was just full of crap, and we couldn't afford to fix anything up. I mean, by the time I left Chuck, there was a huge hole to the outside in the downstairs bathroom from where he tried to fix the plumbing, and just, it was a mess. Didn't have any heat or air conditioning.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, the heat was through like a stove, like outside. It heated. I think it heated water or something. I don't know. It was, but that's how we got heat. Was him keeping a fire in the stove outside. He wouldn't do it.
Really?
So sometimes we had heat, sometimes we didn't. That's just how he was. My mom would come over sometimes, and I'd be buried under like 50 blankets on the couch. She's like,
Everybody has been.
Oh, but we had some deep-rooted issues, and I was depressed as hell. We already went through the swirlies.
Yeah, you missed it when you were talking.
Wow.
And we swirled down the mountain. That's okay though. I like listening to your voice.
But it's the time that I was with Chuck and raising the kids, it seems as long ago as high school, Part of my earlier years up to my 30s, it seemed like so long ago that a lot of it seems like dreams I had. It didn't even seem like a life I had. I guess that's just how it gets the older you get. Well, darn, what do you know? We could have hit the Chick-fil-A. Well, no, that catfish was banging.
We get a Chick-fil-A back home.
That's right.
So how do you flip back over a canoe?
You get underneath it, you and whoever's with you. If you're by yourself, hopefully you're strong enough to do it by yourself. But you turn the canoe completely over and you get underneath it, and everybody grabs the sides of the canoe and you lift it up and flip it over.
Out of the water.
No. You just flip it over. We did it in the middle of the lake.
Oh, okay. How do you get back in?
You rowed. What do you mean that? Oh, how do you get back in the canoe?
Yeah, if you're in the water.
Well, I'm sure somebody has to kind of balance it out so that you can get in. Is this the 77 part?
I don't know.
Because I said to Elkin, this is the Statesville.
Well,
We
both
don't
of
want to go to Elkin. I mean,
both of them are at Elkin. I don't know. We're still on 21. That was 21 business. We were on 21 business.
okay. So
When we
this
went
is,
through Elkin.
okay, so we're doing regular.
We went through Elkin the first time we were on business.
Okay. Yes, I see.
So this road we haven't been on.
Gotcha. It's a bumpy.
Huh?
I said it's a bumpy.
Yeah. But we're almost to 77.